Hello, everybody. I'm Craig, and I'm here with my son Joe. Say hello, Joe.
Hello, everybody.
And we're going to be starting a new podcast series with no theme, no general idea what we're doing.
No.
It's just the reason why I'm doing this. I come up with this idea is it's an opportunity for me as a dad to get my son away from his phone for 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever, every Wednesday, so I can actually have a conversation about crap
I'm
and
not
shit.
that
And
bad.
you're not that bad, right? Because I haven't seen you walk into traffic yet, but you are bad.
The yet was unnecessary.
Well, it's bound to happen, isn't it? All right, but
Yeah.
it's just a chance for us to talk because we don't talk like we used to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think that kids and their dads don't the way, because it's all media, isn't it? And ironically enough, I'm taking you away from your technology whilst recording technology. I mean, you could just say, well, why don't I just sit down on the sofa and have a conversation? Because this is a way, because it's still in the media environment, I think it still attracts you because it's something technological in it. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's going to go on YouTube and that lot. And so, but whereas if I just sat down on the sofa and says, right, Joe, let's have a conversation, you'd be like, fuck off. What? You know what I mean? I don't want to talk to you, old man. You know what I mean? So that's a general idea. There's no theme. We've got some ideas that we're coming
Yeah.
up with, haven't we?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something to roll with. It's not a comedy show, but we are going to try and make it a bit more light-hearted, maybe. I just have to say, I've got this really annoying sound box right here, right, with all these buttons that do these really cheesy noises, and I control the box,
Oh God.
right? So I control the box.
This is not going to go well.
No, so every time I say something funny, and then every time you say something funny,
And then you wonder why I don't just sit and talk to you.
Really, really.
Oh,
All right. Well,
no.
I'll tell you what. This isn't some. This is just something I come up with. Then, thinking about it, right? Why do you think it is that people of your generation do nothing other than look at phones? I mean, what is it? I mean, it's difficult for me because I wasn't brought up with it. Me, had games console. Me and my brother, your uncle, we had a games console, but we also went out and played. I mean, I know it's a different world, and kids don't really go out and play that much anymore. But we never had technology, and I'm not social media.
Hmm.
I don't use Twitch or Facebook or Tinder, Grinder. Is that the one you use? Is it?
No, I use neither.
Why? What's Grinder?
Neither.
Grinder's neither.
No.
I don't know. You see this? I don't know. But so, why do you think it is? I mean, I'm not asking you to speak on behalf of the whole, youth population because that would be inappropriate. But what is it that makes you not want to take your face away from that phone?
Well, I'd say it's the same reasons you went out and went on bikes and played with friends and played football and stuff like that. It's a form of escapism from like everything that you don't like stuff like school and stuff like that. No one really enjoys going to school like past the age of 6. It's just kind of one of those things. You have to do it. You just kind of put up with it. And back in your day, it would be you'd go out on your bike when you went home, and you'd play video games or you'd meet up with your friends.
Yeah,
And
can I just say, when you say out on my bike, that's an actual mountain bike, not a penny farthing. Oh, it started, man.
Oh,
It started.
no.
All right, sorry, go on, sorry.
Yeah, but it's a form of escapism from reality. God, this is getting deep, isn't it?
No, but that's the point, isn't it? It's not. Was you expecting us to do this and it be a comedy show? Do you know
Well,
what I mean?
no,
Like,
no.
this is the sort of stuff we don't talk about. We don't talk like we used to do. You know what I mean? Like you're 16. Your brother James is 3. I can have a better conversation with him. You know what I mean? And that's not. I'm not like trying to be a twat, but it's just you don't really talk anymore. So it's just it's an opportunity for us both to vent. But I totally get that. I do because when I was a bit younger than you, when I was still in school, I had proper social awkwardness. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I looked fuck ugly for a start, which didn't help. I mean, that hasn't improved over the last, I don't know, 20 odd.
Thank God this is a podcast.
Yeah, damn right. You know what I mean? We just took a profile photo.
Oh.
You know how to use Photoshop. I mean, put somebody else's face on it. You know what I mean? Make sure you reduce my belly size as well. But yeah, I had proper social awkwardness. I wasn't like this gobshite that I am now. That's just come over time. And I used to use sci-fi. Like, you know me, I'm a sci-fi nerd. And I'm a big Trekkie. But when I was younger, I used to use that world, that Star Trek world, as a place to escape because, I wasn't comfortable with dealing with the real world, and even as an adult, that's still apparent. We all want to escape. We all have, ways of escaping, I suppose. So, I do get it. But, I mean, is that really what it is, though? I mean, when you see people walking into traffic because they're looking at the phone, is that escapism?
Well, it's always a form of escapism, but it's more of how far you take that. Like at first, you might go on like Instagram or something like that, just to pass the time, just as something else to do. But eventually, if you're not careful, you can get sucked into that, and then you can't get out of it. You just constantly just want to be on it, like when you're doing something like just walking down the road or something like that. And that's how accidents like that happen.
Yeah, but this is what I don't understand, because you're walking down the road and you're being glued to Instagram. But do you think people are walking down the road glued to porn sites? Do you know? Because it's like we're at a point now where you can walk down the road and you can go on the internet. Why would you want to go anywhere else other than porn site?
But because it's socially indecent, you can't just walk down the street streaming Pornhub or alt like that. It's inappropriate, not to mention probably illegal.
Yeah, but how can it be illegal? It's not like you're going to be broadcasting it to the big screen TV in the city centre, are you? You know what I mean? You're just looking at your... That's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, because every year they have the German market in town. You know what I mean? We could just put porn... No, that's wrong. I don't know. It's just... I suppose you're right. I mean, it's different, though, because when I used to buy a porn mag, right? But basically, a magazine was this book made out of paper.
I know what a magazine is.
I'm gonna have to think. Hold on, let's try. What's wrong?
Oh, this is brilliant.
Right. Okay. Anyway, right. We have totally
lost it.
Lost the plot. So, where do you want to start? Have you got some ideas? Something you want to talk about? You know what I mean? Anything that like this is like dad and son, but it's just mates as well. So I expect to talk as mates. You know what I mean? Swear and I'll kill you.
That wasn't even that funny.
Look, it's all I've got. All right. If there was an actual audience here, do you think they'd laugh at anything we say?
Yeah. Was that really necessary?
Right, so go on, what you got?
Right, everyone always... Okay, let's talk Marvel, right?
As well, sorry?
Let's talk Marvel, like Marvel Cinematic Universe, stuff like that.
Always, yeah.
Right, everyone always argues who's the best superhero, who's the strongest, who's the fastest, the mightiest, or anything like that. But, who's the weakest?
Ooh.
Who would you say is the weakest?
Have we got a ooh?
Ooh. Have we got
I don't know. I don't know if we've got an ooh. I've got to pay attention. Should we press that?
Yeah. Oh, God.
No, that don't work.
No.
All right, okay, so forget the box. All right, that's a good point. Who's the weakest? You know what? Yeah, that's a good point. Are you talking like the weakest character that's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Because that's a broad spectrum. Or you're on about the weakest superhero?
The weakest, like, someone who's important. So you can't just pick a random civilian. It has to be someone who has some importance or some skill as a hero or villain.
To be fair, and this is wrong. I mean, I can't even say it. Right? Okay. Right. Iron Man is just a man, same as the other one, Brody. What's his name?
War Machine.
War Machine. They're just the machines are the strength. Hold on. Yeah, I know. Do you know what?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I can't. All right. Right. Okay. Well, yeah. I can't do it because I love Iron Man. You know what I mean? I love Iron Man. All right. So, Hawkeye.
I don't know. Was it Infinity War or Endgame when he went absolutely rogue?
Yeah, but he went rogue, killing humans or people, not supers.
Well, yeah, but these were people with guns, and he was going in there with a bow and arrow. I mean, the strength he must have to carry his own balls is sheer enough.
Why? What's wrong with his balls?
If you go in to a room filled with armed people with like P90s or whatever, right, with a bow and arrow and a smile, you are just you cannot just do that without being the ballsiest person alive.
So you're saying that Hawkeye has got massive balls?
In a metaphorical sense.
Oh, right.
I
I thought you were about, he had some like big clock weights going on or something. Do you know what I mean?
Just use them as a weapon.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool? If you like, what would you be? The gonad. And your secret weapon was just swinging your big sack around and knocking people out with it. All right, okay. So I digress. So what's yours? Who's your weakest Avenger then?
See, I'd say maybe like Ant-Man, because he is good, but again, it's just he's not that good. You know, he can go big and he can go small. Well, if you've got a fly swatter, and the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Well, he's just a man.
Yeah, but you'd have to start putting the Wasp in that category, and she wasn't that soft. She was quite hard.
The Wasp was good, but Ant-Man's just a little bit less.
So you would say I liked Ant-Man.
He is a good character, but he's just not that strong.
Right. Okay. So we will agree that Ant-Man is the biggest wuss out of all the Avengers.
Well, he did get saved by a mouse.
What's wrong with that?
But a mouse?
All right.
Trying
Okay.
to save his life.
Right. Mouses are hard. Okay. Yeah. Mickey Mouse, he's nails.
He is, actually.
Right. Danger Mouse, Mighty Mouse. Yeah. Those two little mouse from those two mices from Witches.
What, you mean the fat one and the nerd kid?
Yeah. They beat up all the fucking witches. Of course there was nails. And don't forget, American Tail. All those mice beat the fucking cats. So don't you be knocking the mice. Right?
Okay, it might have been a rat then.
You dirty rat. All right, okay. So I agree. Ant-Man. Crap. Right, okay, so go for that. Did I tell you my idea?
Oh god.
My plan.
Oh
Right,
god.
okay, right, you like that. I think about drugs.
What, Thanos is...
Yeah, right. Okay, so, right, I had this idea, right? All right. So Thanos, yeah, was actually a drug lord. Seriously, think about it, right? I'll walk you through it. I've been thinking about it, right? So, you know, in Endgame,
yeah,
and he retired to that planet,
yeah,
right? And it was just him on this planet, fields,
mm-hmm.
right? Weed farm. He was growing a massive planet-sized weed farm. Telling you, right? Okay, and
brilliant.
no, think of it like this, right? You know, in the kitchen,
yeah,
you had all those pots and pans,
mm-hmm.
yeah, meth pit, right? He was. Where was Thanos from? You told me before.
Titan, I
Titan.
think it was
so
called.
He's Titanese, yeah, meth lab. That's what it. Right? Okay. So he was a drug lord. That was his thing, right? And yes, I remember. So right, this. Do you remember that line that he says in the film? used the stones to destroy the stones. That's not true. If you actually listen properly, he says, I destroyed the stones because I was stoned. Right? Seriously, right? But I had another theory.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you like this? I had another theory. So, Thor, was the actual kingpin.
Go on.
Because, right, I reckon Thanos was going to name him as being the drug kingpin, the one that was running it all. That's why Thor chopped his head off. Yeah, to stop him from naming him. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, fast forward. Yeah, do you remember when they went to the new home?
New Asgard.
New Asgard. And Thor was there and he was like fat.
Yeah.
You can't tell me he weren't baked. He was baked. Right? I'm telling you, he was baked. Right? I've sussed this. It's back. There we go.
It is viable though. That's the worst bit. It makes sense.
It does make sense, doesn't it?
That does make sense.
You know what I mean? So much weed on that planet. Right? And that, I reckon, that's going to be the story. That could be the story after the next one. So do you know Thor has got in the ship with Rocket?
Mm-hmm.
Dealing.
He's dealing with the Guardians.
Yeah, he's dealing around the galaxy. You know what I mean? This Titan grade weed.
You know what? If Marvel goes that way, we have to copyright that as Summit.
Yeah, we'll probably get sued by Marvel.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. So what you got next? How long we done? 15. All right. Come on. We'll do a bit longer. Go on.
Okay. So.
Did you like my idea?
It's a good idea.
Do we get a button for that? Hold on.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Oh, that worked.
Yeah, we like that. We'll go
You
for
like
that. Yeah. Right. What else you got?
Okay. Who would win in a fight?
Oh, is this a versus?
This is a versus.
Right, hold on, I've got a book for that.
Versus. That's brilliant. Yeah. Oh no, I need to turn it off. Shit.
Right, okay. No.
It's off. Right. So, I need to work on that.
Yeah.
So, this is a segment we talked about. It's a versus, and this is a part where we pick two characters from the same or different franchise and mix no odds. Everybody's done this all around the world. Kids everywhere have done a versus. Who would beat who would win in this fight? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to have this discussion, aren't we?
Yes.
So what have you got?
Right. So this versus, right, is who would win over the lady? Austin Powers.
All right. This is not. Right,
No. Hear me out. Austin Powers or Glenn Quagmire.
Austin Powers.
And that's all we have for versus today.
No. Listen. Right. Okay. Because the flaw was in his sentence. Who would win over? Glenn Quagmire would drug him, right, and then scuttle him. Okay. Whereas Austin Powers, he would put on the moves because he's got the mojo.
You got to admit though, right? Glenn Quagmire, you don't know what it is about him, but he does get them into his house. He does bring them home, and they are usually like 50% of the time willing to go through with it.
Yeah, and the other 50% of the time are the conscious.
That doesn't matter.
Well, it kind of does, really. You know, in the eyes of the law.
Okay, Austin's from the 60s. Right? Do you think half of the people that he was doing was actually sober or not high?
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, no drugs involved.
Okay.
Just Austin Powers.
Mm-hmm.
Just Quagmire, and just a fit bird.
Who would win?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, here's a point. Austin Powers, before the fix his teeth or after the fix his teeth?
The fix his teeth?
You've seen all three. You know the fix his teeth.
I didn't even realise. It's been a long time since I've seen him.
Right, okay. So, the fix his teeth.
The fix his teeth? Oh, come on!
Right. The fix his teeth.
The fix his teeth.
Don't make me press it again. I'll press it again.
No.
Right, hold on. I'll shoot you. Right, listen. The fix his teeth. So, is it before or after the fix his teeth?
I'd say before, natural Austin. We'll go 60s Austin and present day Quagmire.
Quagmire.
How come?
Why? Because his teeth are rotten, and this is like 2021. I mean, my teeth are all over the place because I wouldn't wear my brace when I was young. You know what I mean? It's not really, it's not nice, is it?
No.
But, well, go on then. You've laid this on me. What would you say?
I would say Austin Powers.
Why?
Because he's got his mojo. He's just,
What? And you're telling me that Quagmire ain't got mojo?
He has mojo, but you got to admit it, right? They went back in time and stole Austin Powers' mojo, didn't they?
Yeah.
They didn't bother with Quagmire's. So clearly, Austin Powers has a greater mojo. It's like the Force.
Yeah, but you're talking shit there, man, because Quagmire wasn't a secret fucking agent, was he?
He might have been. You don't know what he's been up to.
He's a pilot.
Hey, all the ladies want pilots and all the ladies want secret agents. So that doesn't matter.
Okay. Right. Hypothetical for you.
Mm.
Right. If you was the lady.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Hold on.
Oh, God.
If you was a lady, right, and Quagmire and Austin Powers started chatting you up, who would you go for? Giggity. Yeah, baby.
I'd still have to go with Austin Powers, right? He doesn't have good teeth, fair enough, right? But think of it this way, right? If you're getting done by Quagmire, the whole time all you're going to be thinking about is his nose is twice as big.
Yeah.
He has a huge nose.
So
So you'd feel just like you'd missed out on something just looking at the nose that was twice the size as his dong.
So he could just use his nose. And, right, what you're also thinking of, if you're a bird and you look at them teeth and they are razor sharp, rotten teeth, and you're thinking, they're going to tear me down there to bits.
That's true. I'd still have to go with Austin.
I'll go with Austin. Just simply because I love Austin Powers.
He is cool. He just has that swagger about him.
Right, but it's good, all right? But it weren't like, you know, the verses. You know what I mean? I was expecting to come up with some verses, you know, because I even got the fucking button, didn't I? Where is it there?
Verse. Oh, shit. Fuck off. Right, alright.
Versus, right? I even. Oh, fuck.
I even got that button, and it's like, get ready for the verses, and it's like, yeah, who would be better shag? You know, come on, man. It's just like we're supposed to be like, who would win in a fight? You know,
Okay.
right? Oh,
God. Here we
right.
go.
Who would win in a fight between Quagmire and Austin Powers?
Oh, in a fight.
Dude, Austin's a secret agent.
Quagmire's Austin Powers.
Yeah, exactly. Because he could do the judo chop like this. Ready? Judo chop. Right. Okay. I'll turn it. Right. Have you got anything else for this one?
Yes. Let's talk Star Wars. Okay.
Okay.
You got a sound for Star Wars.
I've got pay attention.
God, that goes right through my head. Let's talk Star Wars, right?
You know, you can turn your headset down if it's in your ears. Just saying.
Yes, we found this out when I had it muted.
Yeah,
before
yeah,
we
yeah.
started.
Exactly. It's like when we play Fortnite and you keep having to go at Matthew for not having his headset on and stuff like this, and I'm trying to set all this bloody tech up here for doing this thing, and it's like, can't hear no, Dad. Can't hear no, Dad. Can't hear no. No, can't hear no. Fucking turned your bleeding headset up, didn't I? You
Okay, on all my other headset, you scroll it up to turn it off.
Oh my fucking life, boy! Look, it's got buttons on it. Look. Little buttons, big buttons. Big buttons means more volume. Fuck me. Right. So hold on. Right. So what have you got?
So, there's a lot of stuff coming out for Star Wars. We got the Bad Batch coming out May the 4th.
The what?
The Bad Batch.
The Bad Batch.
You never heard of Bad Batch?
No, what the fuck's that?
It's in essence, it's Clone Wars Season 8 without telling Disney that it's Clone Wars Season 8. But it's a group of clones that I don't think they followed the orders of 66, and they all had defects.
Right.
And they're grouped together and they do something. I don't know. I haven't finished Clone Wars yet.
I've never seen it. I've got to be honest. I watched a couple of episodes, but all right. So go on. So we've got that.
So we've got a lot to look forward to. We got Kenobi coming out late this year, early next year, and like millions of other
Looking
series.
forward to Kenobi.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But it all still revolves around the 3 trilogies. How would you rank them?
What, rank the trilogies?
Yes. As one, as a group, how would you rank them?
Original trilogy,
Mhm.
latest trilogy, prequel trilogy.
At bottom, I'd have sequel trilogy because I just don't like it at all. Then I'd have original trilogy, and then I'd have prequel trilogy. Yes, I know.
Do you know what? Look, I'm pressing that again. Right? How can you not have the original trilogy? The original? 'Cause it's in the fucking title. Hold on. Button pain in my ass. Right. How can you not have the original trilogy?
Right.
Star Wars is perfect. Empire. Fuck me. Oh, what's wrong with you? Oh.
The original trilogy, brilliant series, right? It's not that I dislike it, it's amazing, but I prefer the prequels, right? Everyone hates The Phantom Menace.
Jar Jar. That's all I'm going to say.
Jar Jar Binks
Right,
was a bad decision.
That's all. My rebuttal for your argument is just Jar Jar. That's all I'm going to keep saying until you shut up. Right? Jar Jar. Carry on.
No. Right, Jar Jar was bad decision, right?
Jar Jar.
Fair enough. But
Jar Jar.
the film as itself, if you take out Jar Jar and all his absolute backward stupidness,
Jar Jar.
half of it was just a bit dull,
Jar Jar.
which, to be honest, I find A New Hope dull anyways. It has its moments, but in entirety, I find it quite boring. And the second half of it, when they're retaking Naboo and the epic fight with Darth Maul, with Duel of the Fates in the background, brilliant. Pure brilliant.
That
And
was a good fight.
it
was
was
a good fight.
one of the best. That and Darth Maul was like an amazing villain, double-ended lightsaber, and Liam freaking Neeson.
Double-ended. Sorry, carry on.
Right? Attack of Clones, for the most part, it was absolutely horrific to watch Anakin fail miserably to flirt. I don't like
Right,
sand.
hold on.
It's not the way to flirt.
I'm going to stop you there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because I've seen you try and flirt.
You have?
Right? No, that's the point. Right? How can you knock somebody's flirting skills when you can't flirt? You've got more chance of pulling Ruddy Jar Jar.
Okay, right? I might not exactly be well versed in flirting or anything like that, but if I'm going to try, I'm not going to go to a girl, I don't like sand. It's cold, it's rough, and it gets everywhere.
Why put my fucking pitch bend on again? How'd you do that? I didn't understand it. I don't like what?
You know, when he's talking to Pam and he doesn't like sand.
I don't like sand.
Yeah, I know, but that's
It
not how you
gets
fun-
up your ass, and it just never goes, and it's always in your fucking sandwich every time. It don't matter. You could invent like sand-resistant bread. It's fucking getting there. It pisses me off. Nobody likes sand.
Yeah, and when he killed all those sand people, and he's there like not just the men, but the women and the children too. And you see Natalie Portman, and she's there like, ooh, yeah, you killed them all, but I'm still going to marry you behind everyone's back and have 2 kids with you. It doesn't make sense. But that aside, the ending was phenomenal with the fight pit in the Geonosian arena, fighting Count Dooku. Christopher Lee is just like the greatest human alive. And we saw Yoda fight, and he looked like a fidget spinner. So, in all, that was a good film. Just apart from most of it.
All right, I'm just going to say, right?
Yeah.
You just said Christopher Lee was the greatest human alive, but
Yeah.
he's dead. God rest his soul. So, you sound
Yes,
like a
he's dead.
Bit of a dick there, but anyway.
But when he was alive, he was awesome. He was like a direct descendant of a king, married a princess, and he was an expert sword fighter. Can you get any better?
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson.
Who would win?
No, we'll save that for next week's verses. Right, okay. Right, carry on.
Right.
Jar Jar.
Revenge of the Sith, right?
What? Revenge of the
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith, Raggy. Right, carry on.
Revenge of the... You were saying? Revenge... I couldn't hear myself, but it sounded like a chipmunk. turn it off. Yeah.
It's my talking shit button. Carry on.
Right? Revenge of the Sith. From beginning to end, what is wrong with it? Tell me, what is wrong with Revenge of the Sith? Other than Jar Jar, who was in it for like 2 minutes, give it a rest.
What was wrong with Revenge of the Sith? It was a good film.
Exactly, what was wrong with it?
No.
It was an amazing film.
Yeah, but you can't put an entire fucking trilogy in first place because of one film. Bear in mind, a trilogy, 3.
Okay, right? If you add up the endings of Phantom Menace and Clone Wars, those alone, they are much better than like any of the action in A New Hope.
Right, okay, right. I'm going to stop you right there,
Go
right?
on, go
You're
on.
talking shit because, right, New Hope, brilliant film, okay?
Yeah.
Right? You're judging it by today's standards. Back in 1977 when that came out, that was a fantastic film and it's timeless because it's fantastic today. Empire, brilliant film. Yeah? Return of the Jedi, brilliant film. But, right, to counter your argument, there is brilliant films from start to finish. You've just said you take the end of each film and you might have a good film.
No.
Yeah, so you're putting half good films up against full good films.
Okay,
No.
admittedly, the first two, right? If it was just the first two and the third one carried on that standard, it would not have a chance. It would be second, and original trilogy would be at first. But Revenge of the Sith, I consider it to be one of the greatest Star Wars movies ever, as controversial as that may be. Oh, here we go. I was waiting for that. Right? It had literally everything that you wanted in it. There was action from start to end. It was actually fairly half decent writing considering George Lucas he's a bit struggling sometimes, especially with flirting. Good God, that was so bad. Right? And the emotion at the end, right? I still cannot remember a time where I watched the ending of Revenge of the Sith where Anakin betrays everyone that he had protected for so many years. There's a fly over there and it's bugging me.
Fucking God, now,
The ending where Anakin betrays everyone and he marches into the Jedi Temple with the clone army, with the 501st behind him, slaughtering Jedi. Right, with that music, with watching every single Jedi, well, almost every single Jedi perish. It's tear jerking. And then the fight at the end between Obi-Wan and Anakin. An amazing fight, right? And the dialogue at the end, whilst Anakin's been turned into a KFC bucket, it's just it's just beautiful.
7 herbs and spices. It's beautiful watching being burnt alive.
No.
What's wrong with you?
No, with the lines that Ewan McGregor delivers, it is just beautiful. He was his brother, he was his best friend, he was family, and he just turned to the dark side like that. It's tear jerking. It is.
Tear jerking.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I've said that twice now, haven't I?
Yeah. The only thing I'm going to say to that is the only good thing about the prequel trilogy was Natalie Portman. That made my tear jerk, but not on my eye. Right. So.
Whoa!
Okay. I'm saying that. Right. All right. Okay. All right. You've made a very good argument there, and if we had enough time, I would come up with a intelligent, persuasive, and mind-altering rebuttal. Right, but all I'm going to say is you're wrong. So, right, I've got how many words? 6. 6
Okay.
words. 6 words. Yeah, 6. That's a recap, right? 6 words. Okay. That's going to tell you how wrong you are. Okay. You ready?
Okay, go.
Princess Leia in the golden bikini. That's it. Right. That's it. That's all yes. That's all I've got, man. That's all I've got. There you go. Right.
Oh, damn, you play dirty.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. We got it right! Hey! Fuck.
Oh shit, what the fuck is that? Oh, crap.
Oh, do you know what? I might actually give this to you next week because no chat.
Oh,
Right. Okay, good. Good chat. I enjoyed that. Let's do it again next week.
Mhm.
All right, we'll come up with some good arguments. Your verses, I've been looking forward to the verses. It was shit. Right. Try and make do with something a bit more next week. You know what I mean? But yeah, good good stuff. I enjoyed it, and whoever listens, I hope they do too.
Mhm.
Do you want to add anything to the end?
No, I think that's everything.
Cool. Thank you very much, and we'll hopefully see you next week. Take care, everybody.
Bye bye.